Live. Let's go. Let's see what happens. First live stream. Figured it was a good opportunity to play around looking at the markets, telling out what's going out on the crash of Terra Luna, how it's doing. Hopefully someone joins. If you want to, come check it out with me. Keep an eye on it. See if we're going to get out alive or not. Otherwise, I will sit here with my thoughts. So let's do that. Boom. Let's bring it up. I guess we could bring up TradingView too. See what it's doing on a little more of a serious note. Oh, UST on, not Coinbase. Let's do something like KuCoin. Oh, you don't have UST? How do you not have UST? Let's do all stock. Let's see what FTX, UST, USD. Yeah, okay, I'm down with this. Let's launch this chart. Oh God, it's so hard to look at. It's so hard to look at days. Let's look at let's watch the 15s. A little more action happening there. A little more entertaining. A strong sell. Bullish signs all around, huh? 67 cents. Yeah. Let's see what I've never really paid attention to the delay here. Where am I pasting it? 67 cents. Yeah, it's climbing back up. Had a dip to 64. This little wick here. Woof. Down to 58. I don't know. What do you think? 80? Probably where the order books were all filled up there. Sitting at around 80. I imagine these are going to be points, you know, like 80, 85. You know what I mean? Staggering it every 5. Yeah. It's pretty brutal. Let's see, since when did I look at it this afternoon? I mean, let's just even look at that. That's a 20%, but where are we at now? About 15 since its high of today. I don't know how to move that around. Oh, hey, what's happening? What happened to Luna? It absolutely exploded. And I don't mean to say that. I say that with a smile on my face. It's real. It hurt. I wasn't in Luna, but I have UST. So yeah, I heard rumors that it got attacked. I heard rumors that it got attacked, and Citadel and BlackRock. It's Reddit rumors, right? I think Charles Hoskins, founder of ADA, put out something about it. Yeah, he basically was saying what they did is they borrowed some money. Some like 100,000 Bitcoin, and then they like took 25% of it, put it in UST, and then let's see if we can actually find it. But as you can see, I don't know. I mean, if you haven't seen what, like right now we're at 68 cents, so we're not at $1. We're not even close to $1. So selling anywhere along here, and again, I laugh. There's people who on the other side, right, leveraged Luna, which because of the burn mint mechanism, I'm not sure if you know about that much. They would loop it, right? So they would borrow Luna and then they would sell it for UST, and then they could like put it back in as Luna. So like they'd have Luna and then they'd put it in and then pull out more Luna, and then they'd put it in and then they'd pull out more Luna. And I mean, I had some people on Twitter, just life savings gone, you know, hundreds of thousands in some cases, just completely gone. Let's see, Luna. I just saw it quickly. You know what? Honestly, I'm trying not to look at it that much. I figured today I'd spend a little time trying to dig into it a little different. Discussion mega thread. Foundation moved all their BTC after UST lost its peg. Attack explained. Okay, here we go. This is what we're looking at. Let's see. So, oh, this was the 4chan. So, okay, so I think the rumor started 4chan. So, Citadel borrowed 100,000 from Gemini. So I heard that one of those two is also part of Gemini, or like they're involved because Gemini is in charge of USDC, or that's like their major jam. So one of those two is somewhat in it. Do I think Luna will up? Not for a while, if it's going to. And honestly, it's wild speculation at this point. I don't think anyone does. And I've been watching Twitter over on there. My Twitter feed's filled with a lot of Terra head, like a lunatic, sorry. And they're at a loss for what's actually going on. Some of the heaviest ones who've been real big proponents of how to like really use the system and try and stack more Luna, they're just like, we don't know what to do. We have no idea what's going on. Like it's just crashing beyond anyone's belief. Because I think at first what happened was, let's say there was this attack, okay? Let's say that this thing actually happened and we know they've done this. So Citadel was one of the groups involved in the GME, GameStop, Wall Street bets, if you heard that stuff. So if they did any sort of short squeeze, which these big players, they do it. It's like a known tactic. Short squeezing and just manipulation at that level with so much money, it's easy to manipulate, especially in DeFi. It's like small. So if they start the boat rocking, once it's going and they're making their profits, then people get scared. And then retail FOMO starts in. So, I mean, I tried to sit through yesterday. So this was where I was, okay, I remember when it came up to here. So it came down to 70 and went back up. And I woke up in the morning sometime yesterday and it was 93 cents. And I was like, not where I want it to be. It had its blip. It did this little piece of action right here. I'm going to sit and see what happens. And then it wasn't doing good. I went to sleep. What time did I go to sleep? I went to sleep about here. So I missed it, okay? And then it just destroyed itself. And I woke up, where did I wake up? Somewhere super sad in here. I don't know, super sad. It was like 30 cents. And I remember just looking at my phone like, you just want to go back to bed. It's one of those. So I bought another 250 on 106 for, yeah. So look, here's the thing. Coming back, it's going to be a road to recovery. Here's the other part of it, is that people's confidence has been shaken. It's just shaken. Pumped to $10 so I can recover. Is that where you were at? $10? Did you get in on the way down? Did you catch the falling knife? Because I think a lot of people did. I heard a lot of people, and I saw it here. So I browsed. I wake up in the morning, Reddit, Twitter. What are people doing? A lot of Reddit posts. I bought $14, $15, boom, 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 and it was just still going down and down and down. And then I see a few people, at $1, like you're not playing with much. So you throw $100 in, you have a lot to win and not a little to lose. So 250, you're still playing. It would suck to lose, but it's not like some of these people, tens of thousands, pumped to $10. Yeah, so I got 100 at 99 cents. I'm hoping. Let's actually look at Luna. So I'm sorry, I'm all looking at UST because that's kind of where my head's at right now. 44 cents. I'm just laughing because it sucks so much that it's this or crying, right? You know what I'm saying? It's this or crying. There was, I think TVL. I haven't even looked at that. Let's go check out DeFi Llama. Let's look at TVL. I've been over DeFi Llama in a minute. Let's see where Terra. Okay, so where were we before crash? No, that's all of them. No. Oh, and all of Terra. Okay, so yeah, I had heard something about 18 billion, and I think it was 18 billion in Anchor Protocol. I think Anchor protocol was 18 billion, but I don't know. But right here, I'm seeing that it was just before the whole thing 32 billion. I find that kind of hard to believe, but I mean, maybe that's where it was, and now it's 3 billion. Oh, it's absolutely devastating. You're buying below 40 cents. Hey, man, I'm with you. If there is a recovery, then it's going to be some amazing gains to be made, right? Like, here's the crazy part, right? So we're talking about, and I'm just going to stab around over here for a minute. Let's look back 3 months ago. I mean, that's where Luna was, over $100 playing around, and people were real excited about all this action up here, up near the $100. I mean, look at the edge of this cliff over the course of since the 6th. You know what I mean? 3rd through the 6th, right there might have been your first little signs, but really it didn't tell us anything was happening. And then from 6 on, it's just like. But here's the thing: getting back to 100, not going to happen anytime soon. Confidence is shaken. People aren't going to be going in like they were. So like I said, people were looping on B-Luna on Anchor, and so they were just pulling out more, putting it in and stacking it, and those liquidations, like I said, just crushed people because they were already seriously over leveraged, thinking how much could it go down, as people. Here's what people were thinking: they're thinking the market's pulling back, everyone's putting their money into Anchor protocol, they're putting it into UST. Shit, I put some in there. That's what I was thinking. So they think, hey, this is gonna go up because that minting mechanism is a huge part of people being in UST. How could you think otherwise? I'm sure some of you are watching Max Mayer YouTube. Go check him out. Dude looks like he's been crying. He lost so much, and I don't mean to laugh at him. He probably lost a dumb amount of money because he's doing okay for himself. And I was like, dude, that hurts. Like, you can feel it. His losses are like 6 figures at least. I put 10K on Luna just to see what happens. At where? What price point? Why? Why right now? What are you playing? You want to dance with the devil? Buying at 1. Yeah, buying at 1. Yep. Did you think Luna can recover? I was asked a minute ago. I don't want to really say yes or no. If it does, long time. And I don't see it going anywhere near 100 for a while. Complete speculation? I don't know. I didn't see this coming. So that's kind of where we're sitting. I mean, it's people are so shaken by what has happened. The fact that a stable coin, again, I was mostly in UST. I didn't have any Luna, and I had to pull them out. I'm having to pull out, or trying to pull out whatever else extra I can. I'm thinking about the stacks when I go to sleep. Maybe setting up some 80, 85, 90, 95, just to see if it gets there or not. I hope it was. 48 cents, 10K at 48 cents. Okay. I mean, at least you're down here at the bottom, I mean, you're down here at the bottom. You're playing around. The thing I would think about, okay, when it comes to this entire thing, how long do you think it can reach $10? Again, guess is as good as in 2 days to lose $100. I mean, I know it's crypto, and then nothing's impossible, right? But $10, again, confidence is shaking, man. And looking at that, if this really was at 32 billion, I know there's some sort of like leveling on this, and it's now currently down now about 4 billion. That's a lot of volume lost. A lot of people left this network. Just boom. And will they come back? Probably not. Not for a while. Not until some implementation and changes happen. Do Kwon, founder, he did mention some stuff. He did mention backing it with real world assets. I actually just recorded a video I'm going to put on my channel that's not people. My audience isn't really there for that sort of information, but I still felt responsible to what can we take out of this, right, guys? We got to get out. Yeah, 48 cents for 10K. 48 cents for 10K. Stand to make pretty. All it's got to do is go up a little bit. Here's the thing. We've seen some moves. Haven't we seen some moves overnight? Hasn't it been doing some stuff like this? If you can catch even one of these moves with 10K, what's that? That's not bad. That's a few percent in there. So I really should be checking this out over here. I don't want to look at, should I look at Binance? I guess it's fine. Luna USD, yeah, let's do that in Gemini. Ooh, it's even worse. All right, let's look at this, and then let's take a look at those little things happening at night. I guess that's 6. Was it 6 in the morning? That's a 38%, just right there. alone is a quick one, quick little heal. If Luna is still around, it will take 3 to 5 years to reach close to. I agree, 100%. Long time. Not going to be happening anytime soon, and it may need that drag up from the bull run, right? So when we see next halving cycle, we see bull run come back around. I'd say you'd be holding on to that. And actually, in my suggestion in my video, I made that same suggestion, was just like, what can you do from here? Luna holders, you have two. It's really the biggest one I see for anyone holding Luna who was sitting at the top. And I know, again, there was some people in there who just woke up and they lost, like, they'd slept through this. And the answer is, at that point, you might even leave it in. See what happens if they can come back. You've lost so much value. What are you pulling out, Thank you for the subscribe. Much appreciated. This is my first live stream on this channel. I used to stream on Twitch a long time ago, not about crypto. I was just dicking around. But I appreciate the subscribe. It does help. It does help the channel grow. And, I'm going to try and stream a little bit more on the nights. And so if there's anything that other than terrible, terrible, sad days, I'm going to probably try and do, I want to try and do something. I usually go for something. I'm going to go a little more upbeat and look for some, I'm going to do a random pick on an altcoin and do a quick review on it, during the stream, see what gems I can find on those lists. 2024 next halving. Yeah, end of, I think. That's what I literally, okay, so I just started a TikTok and I put this video out there. And to my understanding, and I get a little you get a little heat from the people who are like, oh, you're just telling people about halving now. And I'm like, yo, guys, look, there's a lot of people I talk to who want to get into crypto and are trying to, and they don't even know about these fundamentals. So spread the word about that sort of stuff. Like, let people know that that's a cool thing, because it actually, that one TikTok blew up. It's like 160,000. I was like, how clearly that many people, I think it found a lot of people who didn't even know what that concept was. And then all the people who are in crypto are like, I already knew that. And I'm like, it's not for you. It's for people who don't know it clearly. And it's a really interesting fact, because on the last one, you could have, if you had bought, I did the math on like a TikTok somewhere. And if like you had bought like just before it went up, you would have made 500%. Like just before, like we're talking like in oh no, I guess it was January. So January of 2021, right? I mean, hindsight's 2020. Can it reach $10 again? Again, I don't know, man. That question was dropped a minute ago. $10, not for the near future. It's probably not going to happen. And again, I point to this over here. TVL was sitting around 32 billion. Again, to this, I thought it was less, but I think it was 18 billion on Terra alone. And I mean, Anchor Network, and Anchor is like 2.6 right now. The entire thing has 4 billion. So like everything else, look at that. I didn't even look at this before. Look at that. Look at all that red. Although it looks like Aperture Finance on the 1 month is doing solid out of the entire situation. I can see it really, if BlackRock info is official, crypto community company. That's what I like. It's like things like that, right? Doing a full GME push on them, right? Like, let's do Wall Street bets. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I feel like that's something we should do and go rally. Like, there's a big, the lunatics, all the Terra heads over here. They're big on. I'm pointing to something you can't see on this little screen. I got this. What do I got? I got this little thing here. I got my little logo up here. I got that thing going on. The Terra. We should get a community to like push back on the short squeeze. We need, what's his name? Who was the guy with the cat picture in the background who was questioned by the bandana, the red bandana? Come on, throw that in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. But I think something like that would be needed to make this all come out faster. And I really think that there's a good chance that that's something that happened. BlackRock, Citadel, totally something they would do. And honestly, I even heard some rumors that like the government, again, I think that one's a little conspiracy, but I could see them standing there like arms crossed going like, yep, perfect. Like government standing there watching going, this is why we need regulations. This is why we need CBCDs. Take your CBDC, right? And you know what to do with it. Like get that out of here. I don't want you having anything to do with my money. You're already spending money and giving me the bill. Inflation. Crypto is dead. I'm not going to say that. I don't think crypto is dead. I know there's too many use cases for it. It's Web3, right? At the end of the day, treating it as a financial asset and gambling with it is going to be hit hard. This is going to be a big one for it. Now, also, if the government steps in, regulations could really hurt it. Could really hurt it for sure. Oh, is crypto dead? You're asking. Sorry, I thought you said crypto is dead. No, crypto as a whole isn't dead. Luna's in a bad place. Luna's definitely going to be in a bad place for a while. And UST, I'm trying to get out now. Let's go back over and look. I mean, what do you think? You don't have to be a TA expert. Let's go back 15 minutes too short. Let's do 4 hours. It's not even funny. It's funny. It's actually so dumb it's funny. I know it's like to see all this bloodbath from me, but is Black Friday self? Yeah. Hey, look, I can't give any shade or any hate to anybody picking up some right now. Take an opportunity if you can. That liquidity putting back into it's helping all of us. So I'm honestly all for it. I really am. I think anyone buying in right now, and if there's an opportunity to make money off of it, it is what it is. What are you going to do? You know, you should. I would be in the same place. Yesterday it was like $7. That's this little slice of heaven we're seeing here. That's that slice, $7 yesterday. You know, like I said, I woke up, it was 93 cents on UST, and I woke up in the next morning, it was 37 cents. It's a stable coin, guys. Just so you remember that, it's a stable coin. I don't even invest in Luna, but crypto community's talking about war with BlackRock. They should. Let's go. Let's GameStop that dude. Let's straight up do that. I've been thinking all day, and I just made another video for my channel, which again, my guys don't really watch that or who's subscribed, but I was like, what can we do positive to look out from the other side of this? And I've been thinking all day, like, should we get some like support groups? Because there were some people in bad places. Like you could hear some like people sitting on the edge of rooftops sort of conversation going on Twitter, and you know, you take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, some of these people have lost life savings. So I was like, what's the answer to help a little bit out there? You know, I mean, I often ask, what can you do as one person? But let's rally that. I think that would be a cool thing to rally. And that might be the play to get it back up, get it back in the public eye, maybe fight this recession a little bit. Although I don't want to use the R word. Forget I said that. Should you sell Luna? You're at a big loss. Now, that was what I pointed to in my video. If you're at a really big loss, not financial advice, if you're at a really big loss, you want to consider seeing what happens, depending on how far away you are. Now, if you did literally lose 95% of your value, what are you doing with 5%? You know, if you had $1,000, you now have $50. Like, what are you doing? That's nothing to you. If you had $100,000, maybe a few $1,000s is something you can actually do something with. So it depends on what you're talking about, a huge loss. So if you are at the 95% though, I would suggest maybe people just sit it out and see what happens. Maybe get some back. You know, if you're in UST, I would consider maybe a staggered exit. Another Luna investor here. So sad to see the chart. I know. I was laughing. Again, I've been laughing at this. It's not funny. It's not even remotely funny. And I didn't have any Luna personally. I'm in UST. But I like looking at the bigger, I mean, I don't know why I like looking at this. It was so sad seeing it. And I look at it like this because at least there's some green on this screen. Right? The other one was just too much red. It's too depressing. I bought 200 on 50. My might. Yeah, I mean, if you're just playing, like, I think at this point, if you're going to throw any more money in, you're playing around. We had the homie earlier on, what were you throwing, 10,000 at 48 cents? So if you can, I don't know if I'd be putting it in. Luna's scaring me right now. Need a new wife. You know, it's a damn shame you can't, it's a damn shame you can't go get one of those on an exchange, huh? Right? It's a shame they don't. NFT wife. Is that a project? Huh? What do you think? What do you think about an NFT wife? Yo, is that like a rental wife? Is that like some like Russian bride thing? Could that be a thing? Like, you get an NFT and this is what she'll look like, and then she shows up and like, that's weird because that's like slavery. That's, yeah, forget I said that. Forget I said that. That was ridiculous. Once I thought about it, maybe we can see some pump. I think it stabilized at 40 cents. I don't think so. Personally, I'm going to use this one just because we got big numbers real quick here for us. So 43 cents, and then we're seeing that. I've been watching this, and this was it. So the 96% drop we've been doing. This is going to keep going down. as long as this isn't at $1. And that's not fact, but it was going up simultaneously today, this afternoon. I did see them both creeping up. Luna was going up a few pennies, so was this. But kind of in order for it to work, that will have to keep going down unless people keep throwing bunches into it. 29K now, 1K, and I don't know what I can do. Yeah. Yeah, that hurts. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't. Again, like I said, it's the question on is $1,000 enough to move your needle, right? Is that enough for you to do anything with? Pick up learning how to day trade and turn it back into 30K, or because investing that in almost anything is going to take forever to get back to 30K, right? So that's a 3,000% increase or something. So wait for the halving, wait for the Bitcoin halving, maybe throw it into something, an altcoin moonshot, and just say, So you could do that. I don't know what else you would do with it. You're broke also. Welcome to the club. I mean, I'm not, I take that back. I'm not broke. And again, I was in UST. I'd really like to not see it go down any further. And I keep looking at this little sliver here. This little sliver of hope. I hate it how it's going up, and this is where it comes to like that really dumb stuff. If there is someone actually doing something malicious, like if they're just still raking profits, Citadel, BlackRock, whoever, some hedge fund, they're just gonna wait and they're gonna do it again. Like that's what that's what I'm gambling against right now. Is like, can we get back close, like 95 cents? I would love. I'd take a 5%. Like, you know what I mean? Like somewhere around 10% would be at 90 cents would be like, okay, cool, bad investment. But like an 60% hit is like, come on. And it would, so this is, I think this is the perfect point where I ended my little video I made before the stream. The biggest thing to learn from this is diversification. Hands down. Hands down, hands down, hands down. Diversification in everything other than crypto too, right? Not just in crypto, on the micro scale, on the macro scale, real estate if you can. I don't know, flipping, like it's hard to get stock market, like get into another asset, and there's only so many you can do that have liquidity that are like this, but definitely move it around and don't, in the crypto space, don't put it all in one token. Simple. And even when I do like Bitcoin halvings, I'm actually more bullish on Ethereum as far as a gain perspective. So the last halving, we saw 490% on Bitcoin, and then we saw like 1,800, or no, maybe it was 1,300% on Ethereum. So the gains are much higher. So you want to throw it all in there. Don't take the risk, the safe asset, spread it out, spread that love, assess your risk profile, and really address whether or not there's enough love to go around. What will happen if USDT falls like Luna? Then crypto might be dead. No, I'm joking, but kind of. USDT is huge. Should we look? Last I saw, I know it's pretty massive. So its market cap is it's 82 billion. $82 billion. And you can see the jump from the next token up, right? So Bitcoin and Ethereum, different league. They're past 100 billions, right? And at the height, I think Bitcoin was 800 billion and Ethereum was 400, right? So out of 2 trillion asset class at the height of the bull run, they were, again, they were 14, no, 8 and 4 is 12. 1.2 trillion of 2 trillion. So the other 800 billion was in all this other stuff. So you can see the jump between there, and then you see the next jump down to USDC, which honestly, I'd probably go USDC. I think Gemini is a company that's trying to play by the rules. They want to be playing by the rules, and they're talking to regulators, and so that's a good thing, as far as I'm concerned. Do something on that NFT. Yeah, you like that? Let's not tell too many people about it, because if it takes off, we want to maybe take something in on it, but I think we're going to get in trouble if we go too far, mail order NFTs. Lewis was over 27 at start of Luna, I think. At the very beginning, Luna's earliest days. I don't know where, I know trading, I don't know which one of those exchanges, I don't know if TradingView will have one that's the oldest. Would CoinMarketCap or Gecko? Would Gecko maybe have it? all. I'm like, woo. I mean, yeah, that's hard to see. That like you can. It's hard to tell, but that little line there is. Yo, hey, give it a shout out. Let's give a shout out to the chat. In the chat about the chat down here. Does anyone ever read this? I don't know why. I always go to CoinMarketCap. I got stuck on that one. I know probably CoinGecko is probably better, and a lot of people use that one. But does anyone ever read these? I love these. So let's have a light moment here. I love some of these. There's some good ones in here. It's like I saw one the other day, and it was like for something they don't clearly understand market cap, and it was like a sub. The market cap was already at $1 billion, and it was like a sub dollar coin or something, and they were like, when $10? That was just it. When $10? And I was like, that's a good question. When $10? When is it gonna happen? But yeah, what were you saying? Sorry, I got super distracted with that. Trying to make like, ooh, look at that. I love this is when you need to give yourself some perspective every once in a while and pull back and look at like the reality of the situation if you're involved here. Now, obviously, being over here, it's catastrophic for our life, or over on that right side, but you know, it definitely gives us some perspective on where it was. So it started off in $1, but it dipped. It was at some of its lowest points, 13 cents. So those people, if they held, and this might be the Do Kwons, the founders, they might be kind of frustrated right now. I can't imagine how he's feeling because he just realized his job was lost. You just got fired, sort of thing. Can Luna reach $5 in short time? What kind of short time we talking? I think it needs a few months at least. It's not a year if it's going to do it. The lunatics are a big group of people though. Go over to the Twitter, check it out. ETH below 2K. Is it right now? Oof. Did it dip? It didn't. It hasn't quite yet. What are you putting in on ETH below 2K? I mean, we're getting to the point. Let's look over here. Let's do this one. Let's check out BTC. All right, I'll do KuCoin. I like KuCoin better. I don't mess with Binance. They give me the creeps a little bit sometimes. Let's look at the weekly candles and let's take a look. Oh, there it is. Whoa. And you're probably asking, what am I doing right now? Well, I actually forgot. What am I doing right now? Hold on. Why did I come over to BTC? Oh, looking at bottoms. As far as where we are. Oh yeah, this was a little trick I was showing everyone over on TikTok that was blowing their minds. Which I'm sure you guys are, you don't need these kind of tricks. You guys got this. Where are we? Can I even go that far back on the daily? I know I can. There we go. Okay, so last bull run. Let's take a little look here, which I can't. Bars pattern. Boom. All right, from the top. Let's just go, where was that? December 2017. Let's go to December 2018. So 1 year out. And we kind of, I think it was, oh God, it's, okay, it's too far out. Let's go to June, 6 months in. All right, there's 6 months. What do we got here? Let's get rid of this thing. Sorry, I'm on a way tangent here, guys. I'm trying to see what I think it can be done. I saw some guy on YouTube, Kaleo was actually talking about this too, and I thought I used it last time to sort of see where we were coming to the ramp, and it was like this. I think he kind of used this one. You don't want to stretch it out too much, and obviously we make this fit to what we want to think. Can Luna hit near $3 in the near future? The lower the number you pick and the sooner you pick is the more likely. The higher the number and the sooner, not going to happen. So $3, we just need time, man. Because again, I keep saying, and I know some of you have been sticking around in here for a minute, is that in order for this to go up, this needs to get to $1, pretty much. And again, they can go up simultaneously, but the whole minting and burning mechanism is what's trying to do, the reason it's still hitting real hard on the Luna, because there's no more money left. There's no one to pull out. They've lost all they've been liquidated. So the reason it's still going down is because it's burning, or it's minting Luna to whichever way it's going. I think I'm going to short Luna. Maybe we'll cover some of the losses. I mean, at this point, it's hard. There's just not much left to short. Although still, I guess a drop from 60 to 30 cents, right? That's 100%. That's 50%. Too late to short, in my opinion. Yeah, see, sorry I'm getting to these. I'm going to try and keep up. I get in a tangent. Once you get me rolling, you don't get me on some bullshit. I'm still I haven't even forgot about that BTC chart. Start a pool for how low Luna can reach. Dollar per bet, winner takes all. Hey, that could be a way to pick your assets back. That might even be something to suggest over on Twitter, to be honest. You might want to throw that out there. 20 cents. You thinking 20 cents is where it's going to go? If Luna's under 10 cents, a fair risk to reward. For what? Up? A long hold? I think so. I mean, again, we had a guy in the chat earlier talking about 10K at 48 cents. He threw into it. Let's go back to Luna. This is the man of the hour. We're at 42 cents, so he's already lost money. I'm only laughing because it sucks. That's why I keep laughing at it. So much money being lost right now. So much money only being lost. Place your bets. Yep. You suggested the take all. Oh no, that was someone else. Yeah. Got to hit mine. 10K Luna. But would you get it at? Would you get 10K Luna at? Did you buy here somewhere low? You trying to you get hope? See, any of that help too. If you believe it's bullish, I don't have any problem with anyone. I'm gonna go to this because it's so bright. I don't have any problem. Let's go back to Luna. I don't have any problem with anyone making money off this transaction. You're not taking the blood of anyone else necessarily. You're putting liquidity back into the market. It's what we need, if anything, right? Let's zoom in here a little. Let's go to the 15. I was telling everybody I like the 15 because there's some green on this chart. How did I get my volume so high? Jesus. I don't even know how I got my volume so high. Luna $5 next month. I think it'll be a while. I think there will be time to the whole thing. Will they come with outside investors? I should probably read from the bottom. It's been a while since I streamed, to be honest. I'm going to read from the bottom. I'm going to try and read from the bottom and work my way back up through it. I want Luna to hit 7 cents, and I will put another 10K. Call me crazy, but laugh my fucking ass off. I don't think I can swear on these things, but I curse like a sailor. At 7 cents. Yeah. 7 cents. 7 cents. If, again, what I would do, pay attention to the peg of the US dollar. Once it gets close to settling back in, that will be the point that Luna can start to recover, really, if it's going to at all. And that's hopeful. That's a hopeful at all. Can it theoretically go to 0? Yeah, of course. Anything can. But the crazy thing with crypto is that they have a habit of going to 0.00000. You know what I mean? They go off into infinite. That's what I'm going with, and hoping that UST regains its peg. And because at this point, there's just nothing left in Luna to disappear. But I think that any drop in Luna will cause it to happen faster, and there will be a point that it can't recover. Again, I'm not 100% versed in the minting and burning mechanism that way. Like, what is its theoretical maximum? There's got to be a point that it'll just say, nope, can't do it anymore. And they may call it, they may just say, we're stopping it. Project done. That would be it. That would be the value gone to 0. Who controlling new Luna that are being minted because of UST value? Wait, sorry, what? I'm not really sure if I understand that question. It's late. I'm a little tired. Who controlling new Luna that are being minted because of UST value? It's supposed to be an algorithm being done. Now, I did see some rumors that it's being done manually. Okay, I heard some rumors that the LFG Luna Foundation Guard is minting it manually, which I didn't know. And I don't know if that is something that's actually happening, but Who has control over new tokens? Well, they put them, again, I'm not the versing on where the tokens actually end up. I believe it's put back into the market, and then there's the arbitrage opportunity through Lido, is it? There's an arbitrage opportunity where there's a difference between the spread on the value of them and from what you could have. So you can basically mint them, burn them, and go one way to the other side. I don't know where they end up. I never got into it, right? So I just knew that it seemed like there was so many people getting into it that was heavy. And I just kind of was like, cool. And people way smarter than me were heavy into the details about the burning and minting mechanism and all the protocols on it. And we're talking about how they were stacking up more Luna and how this was, and you can go look at these guys on Twitter. Like there's the lunatics over there. Sephi's one of them, Denku R. There's a lot of these guys who were just going heavy in it. And I would watch their videos and I would just trip out on like how deep they would get into the math. And honestly, I tell people, I try to approach, like you want to know as much as you can and you should go as heavy as you can. And honestly, I wasn't getting that heavy because that's where I was from an investment. I was looking at it like, hey, I'm going to get in UST and I don't really want to be in that craziness right now. And I'm just going to play that and maybe my halving cycle. And then on my YouTube channel, I do Bitcoin alt moonshots, right? I like to play with pocket change and maybe see if $100 turns into $1 million tomorrow, right? That's what I like to do. That's what I do. I play it pretty safe otherwise. I get into real estate, you know, and flipping things and stuff like that. So how long were you in UST? Long time, while. I've been using it for a while now. I've been around, I mean, way before I was 20%. And I basically pulled out in, where did I get in to UST? I'm sorry, there's so many and I ramble if you don't know. Like obviously I do shoot the mouth off. So I'm trying to catch to everyone's chats out there. I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone. Again, it's later in the day and this is my first stream. So I had to wait for 24 hours for it to open up at 8 o'clock. But I got in, where did I get in? So tried to time, I didn't time this one that great to be honest, but I think I moved I actually moved it over to USDC and I didn't find out about UST for a while. And then I think I moved over into UST, somewhere in here. It was somewhere over here after the end of the top of this one. I was kind of like, okay, cool, this is going back down. Let's get out of the market right now. So, and I've been telling everyone that too. And the thing is that people, it's hard too, because I talk to a lot of people who aren't in crypto and you try to explain stuff to them and they don't want to know, like they don't want to spend like a 5-minute conversation to understand why you give them an answer. So it's like you give them answers and it's like, it's cut or dry like that. And so I'm just like, I'm out of the market. And they're like, oh, you wouldn't get crypto. And I'm like, well, no, I made a bunch of money in crypto. I'm not in it right now because I think it's going to go down. They're like, why? Why do you know? Like, what's your crystal ball? I'm like, I don't know, halving cycles. And then it's like this, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Anything can happen, it's a gamble, 100%. Remember that. And that's also something I point to in the video I just made before this. There's the risk inherent in every investment. Is there. Not to mention, don't forget, the US dollar has risk associated with it, even though it's close to zero, because nobody believes the US government's going to default, because their guns say they won't. There's risk. And honestly, it's the more wars and the more nonsense we get into, the more risk there is. So if someone's specialists are saying that BTC will be 20K in the next few days, Luna will fall much more within this trend. I would bet that time Luna will recover. Yeah. So you're just hopping in. Oh no, you've been around for a minute. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying too. With Bitcoin dropping so much. I guess I got so many charts going on here. With Bitcoin moving, this is another thing I point to, and I've been trying. So I'm trying to put this information out there. Again, my subscriber base doesn't really check out my YouTube videos for that. They're more looking for the moonshots, but I'm trying to put out the information that's like, okay, even if this was a coordinated attack from Citadel, BlackRock, anyone, whoever, hedge funds, they were helped. They were given access to the fact that the entire macroeconomics of the situation was capitulating anyway. And whether or not that's good timing or purpose-built is something to be debated and add to the conspiracy theory. So something I just want to throw on there and see how you guys feel about that one. But what do you think of Vader now? Your review since last Simpleton, it's now lost more than half since then half. People aren't going to be into stablecoins. They're not, I mean, algorithmic stablecoins. It's going to have a hard time. And I saw some posts on Twitter about Vader, and I liked the concept of what it was. Again, I was always not skeptical, but I was just like, it's concerning that it's going to be a hard thing to follow, right? A hard act to follow is going to be Bitcoin. And I mean, not Bitcoin, sorry, I'm getting a little frazzled, it's a little late. It's going to be a hard act to follow is Luna and Terra, the network. And because they've got all the people who believe in it are probably putting their money there, and it's proven as it was at that time. And so now that it's failed, who's going to get into one that never even really had TVL, right? So let's see, let's see, what is others? I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Could we even possibly find Vader on this? No way. It's a long shot. Can I search? No, I don't think so. Yeah. So again, going back, what is my thought on Vader? I want it to work. I think a better version of it. I thought they had some interesting ideas in there, but I didn't see it having it needed a lot. It needed a lot to get it to go anyway. Now it's, so if you're in it, not financial advice, of course, just an opinion. That's what channel we're on. Or hold off to a BT. Yeah, draw. No, just like, this is what I've been saying about this market since honestly, since like in this spot here. And I keep going back and forth. I really should just have these all open. I should open a new one. I don't know why I keep going back between it. So since we kind of hit this and then had this little bounce here, definitely been telling everyone, yo, too much volatility and too much likeliness that it will go down on the downside, like the end of the other halving cycles. This is what happens. We get some sort of peak and it comes down. And when you look at the rainbow chart, if you've ever heard of that, the rainbow chart, you know, we weren't quite at the top of where we wanted to be. And this is why people were calling for 120,000 or 100,000 Bitcoin this cycle. And it's not that I don't say it couldn't still happen, because obviously, as we know in Bitcoin, anything can happen. But what is concerning about the entire situation is that your gain is at this point not that crazy right now, and there's too much against you going downside. So I'd rather get some confirmation. You know, I'd rather be sitting here right where we are right now, seeing it super low, and start to see like one of these sort of angles, angle of attack on a parabolic move, before I was like, cool, I lost a little potential gains, but I had more of a confirmation we were moving. But the problem with that is that when you do that, if you get in at this point, you only have so far if it's going to come back down. It's a scary time to be in anything, which is why I had some money out of it. But you know, where's that money now? There's lots of stuff out there about Tether being sus. They have a lot of commercial paper backing the peg. If people get spooked, they could be under pressure. Same thing. Yes, I've heard that too, and I heard that well before. I never really messed with USDT. I played more in USDC before getting into UST, just because I thought their USDC's got more of regulators backing, and they're going to be playing the game that the US want them to. USDT, with its China connections and the fact that they've never been able to put out properly what all their assets backing it is, yeah, there could be a problem there. People have called for it and said it's going to crash for sure. They say it all the time. They're like, "You Tether is just a wait for Tether." And people like, if you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen Coin Bureau that guy over at Coin Bureau. He drops it as a comment quite often in his videos where he's like, "Oh, USDT anytime now." You know what I mean? Like, people are kind of waiting for something bad to happen. Who knew it was going to be UST? And honestly, if you think about it, it's an algorithmic stablecoin. So 0.4655. Are we calling out what horrible number we're at right now? Oh, what am I doing? I'm doing market cap. No wonder. I was like, why am I in this? Let's just do Luna on... No, I'm not sure. Let's look at Hubi. Hubi. What am I looking at? What am I looking at here? No, that's a lie. What are you talking about? There we go. I don't know what I was looking on that. It probably has no liquidity, that's why. ETH getting close to below 1900. Yeah, this is why I think if you want to buy back in, I made a video. I've been, I'm trying to move around with a bunch of platforms. So I made a video over on TikTok where I aim to like educate people more on the basics of it, because I feel like there's more people who don't know about it, or all the people, whatever. And I was talking about that, trying to like, so the Bitcoin halving doesn't last forever, and it's going to come down, right? So that's just what, if you believe in the halving, then you're going to believe that it's probably going to come back down for a scale for a little period of time. So I'm waiting for that, again, being out of the market, waiting for some of those lower time periods. And actually, again, that's what I was trying to show earlier, and I got a little distracted. But like, if you do a copy of 2017 and you look at this slice here and look how long it took, right? You can see, and we're looking at the bottom, I'm pointing in, you can't see where I'm pointing. Down here at about December of 2018, 1 year after, is when it was at some lows. So I'm in the same kind of boat, thinking, even if we, pick either one of these peaks, and actually you could even pick this one if you really wanted to just be like, get in earlier. But I would say, look, see, this one's closer to December, right? We're going close to the halving cycle, right? So we're close to December. So let's just call it December 2021. The end of this year, we're probably going to be at our low or somewhere in there. If you're going to use, again, data points. This is what it is. And I try to tell people this. It's like, the crystal ball doesn't exist, but what does exist is we use as many data points and average them out to make in a model that like we can see a pattern and go like, that's what we're doing with it. And beyond that, you're just guessing, right? But I think the interesting thing with this is that we've had it play out now. And the cool thing with the Bitcoin halving cycle that a lot of people forget is that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because we all believe it's going to happen, like the vast majority of people in crypto believe it will happen, there's a very good chance it will happen. Right? We make it happen because we all start buying in just before the cycle, or it like happens, and then like we start throwing money in, and then it's just kind of like a thing, and then we crash back down to reality. Because really, the fair value is probably somewhere in the middle of this line here. If you've ever seen Benjamin Cowan, he's a YouTuber, pretty big, and he pretty decent voice of reason in there, but he talks about that, like finding the middle ground is probably where the fair value is, and when we're doing these highs, that means we're way above it, and then when we're hitting the lows, we're way below it, and so you really want to use whatever analysis you can to get in low. What's your take on CRO? Did they basically screw themselves forever with the initial announcement? I haven't seen the most recent announcement. What have they said? Let me know. I just saw we're cutting all rewards from cards, and all you get is a card. Why? A metal card? I mean, it's cool, but like, what? I kind of knew they were doomed. My cousin, I was trying to talk to him about it. He was super bullish on them from a marketing standpoint, and I had to agree there. They were doing good marketing, buying the Staples Center and all that sort of stuff, but it's like, where was the gumption? Where was the backing behind them that was really giving us that valuation, or the reason that they should actually? Let's take a look. Let's look over at those. Well, let's look at this chart, because that one's nuclear. This is blinding me. CRO, yeah, sure, cool. Crypto.com. Yeah, they ain't doing good. Nothing's going to be doing good now. So let's take all of it with a grain of salt. That's just, yeah. I think a lot of this and this, although I need to look at BTC chart. So what are we at? We're at the 15s. Okay, so I'm way too zoomed in here. My bad. Yep, there you go. There we go. That's what we need to see. So what was this the height of? Was this Super Bowl? I haven't been paying attention to it. I think they're screwed. And here's the thing, since the beginning, since like crypto.com, so I want to say just before the run up and even during the bull run, there was all the guys who were still playing. So you had Celsius, Nexo, and these were the first ones I got into, because I was like, oh, whoa, and there's a lot of reviews on those, crypto.com, Blockify. Then Anchor came along. And we get to the crux of the situation. Anchor came along with his 20%. Cheap gas fees, 25 cents a transfer. Let's go. That's the reality of that situation. Just bought $15 worth of Luna. Will it recover? Well, you're just tuning in. Our general consensus through everyone who's been through here so far is probably going to take a while. Not coming back anytime soon. And what I've been telling people, my thought is can I open? All right, let's do I'm getting to a point here, is that you should pay attention. Although I'm losing it, it's getting a little late for me. Oh yeah, Luna isn't going to go anywhere until USSR. Sure, let's look at Coinbase, even though I wouldn't be throwing. What? Did my computer just crash? What's happening? Okay. Not until this UST hits $1 will the capitulation on Luna stop happening. And it's not really a capitulation because it's just minting and burning to get this back to its peg. So that's my belief right now, is that until this actually stabilizes close to $1, and that's a long way we have to go. Price range. And let's even be conservative and say even if we could get to 95, still a 38% uptick. And what's that taken to get 38% up into this point? So it basically took all of today to get there, to get up 30%, and with that little down slide. So I think it's going to be a few days, and hopefully there's not another attack. If there was indeed an attack, I'm not trying to spread that FUD, but it's gambling for Luna at this point, not investing 100%. And I don't want to mean that in any bad way. I think that if you have any other sign that you really think there's conviction behind it, honestly, I do believe the lunatics are an insane group of people. They're a really tight community, and they really do look at the project more deeply. There's a whole group over on Twitter. I'm telling you, you got to go check those guys out. They spend a lot of time in it, way over my head, or I can probably get into it, but it's like it goes way deeper than I want to. I'm more using this as like fun and stuff to get into. That community, if anyone's going to make it, they're going to make it. But time will tell. And Do Kwon, the founder, even said that they aren't going to pull. They're going to have to start putting assets behind it. The algorithm clearly doesn't work, and anyone left in, basically he said, anyone left in Luna is going to be thrown to the wolves for the peg, because that's just the nature of the beast on how it works. Now, he didn't say it quite as cold as that, but that was the gist that I think everyone was kind of getting upset about, was like, so what do we do? Like, Luna's disappearing. And he's like, that's how the algorithm works, and that's what the point is to make the peg go back up. So when this is empty, I probably got to bounce. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate everyone stopping by. I got to get better at doing this. It's been a long time since I streamed. Check out the channel if you're into altcoin moonshots. If you're not and don't want to stick around, that's fine. Leave down anywhere in a comment any picks you have. I love to know of picks that people have. I'm always on the lookout for some of those real degen picks. Even let's get humorous again. Let's try to lighten the mood a little bit. I'm always looking for some of those lower altcoins that have 1000x potential. I don't ever gamble too much into them. Honestly, I just play with pocket change and try to throw a few dollars in it just to say, hey, maybe I'll get a Lambo one day. But I really just have fun looking at what's cool out in the space. So if you have any of those, leave those in the chat or anywhere in the comments on any of the videos if you don't mind, or if you want to, whatever. Don't. I appreciate you being here. DJ30 just broke 31,900. Next resistance is the 2,700 zone. More than that, likely cryptos follow for a while. Probably just broke it. Next resistance is 2,700 for it. Yeah, I mean, stocks haven't been doing well at all. And this is the state of the market. So like I said earlier, everything was affecting it. Everything was affecting whether it was an attack or not, It affected it hard. Probably harder than it needed to. It was done. Yeah, Luna supply increased. Yeah, it's increasing every, I don't know what the time frame is, every minute or every 10 minutes or something like that, but it's minting new ones. They were increasing the amount, the total mint speed, so it would go faster. So they were trying to get it from I'm lying. Oh yeah, because I remember it being to a next zero. So it was it's going to get up to, per 12 hours or 24 hours, it was going to get up to 1.2 billion. So 1,200 million was what they had, and then so it currently is 800 million every X amount of period, whatever that period was. Again, it was just a quick glance on Twitter. So they're increasing that, and I did hear that the further away it is from the peg, the faster it works, but as it gets closer, it chills out a little bit, and so that works. And again, I have to give credit to Max Mayer over on his YouTube. he talked about how like that helps in times when it's being mellow. It doesn't need to have those massive hard swings. It needs to be gradual with its change and its pegging. But now we need it. Like we need it to like, let's go, vámonos, vámonos, arriba. Do I hold Luna? I do not. I do not. I hold UST. I hold UST. And so I think we'll see. Fortunately, maybe I'm going to be able to come out better. I mean, I haven't been liquidated for everything, and I definitely wasn't looping Luna. But yeah, I never got into the Luna. I always kind of wanted to, but it was one of those, I usually don't spread too much into it. In my opinion, I was in a stable coin. You know what that means. Every UST mints 2 Luna. Okay. That's the math. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I see encouraged and I'm not encouraged. You do reviews of play. Oh yeah, cool. You're actually talking about my channel. Gaming projects like Pegaxi, but many say it's largely failed in concept. Are there any under the 10-cent price point you're watching for good entry? Any gamify projects specifically? Honestly, not right now. I obviously even with the light of recent events, but even beforehand, I knew that the halving cycle was gonna go down, so I wasn't taking too much of it. And let me explain my logic on all this. So my reviews are, the way I'm approaching it right now is for the minute we're ready and we want to buy in. When we know we're kind of sitting at a bottom, we've been trading sideways for a while, and we have a potential to go up. So I'm doing as much looking around and keeping my opinion open as much as I can. That's why I also try to review them as on non-bias, as like, if I had to pick this one, would it be the one? And so there hasn't been too many crazy out there that have really been like, this is gonna be the one, because also I'm considering if this does indeed take like another year to wrap up, or at least the rest of the year, a lot can change in crypto. Like the development teams and a lot of the ones I've noticed, they have some work to do, and they know they do. Like even Pegaxi, right? They've mentioned, and I went and talked to people in the Discord. They mentioned that they've got some problems and flaws, but they're working on the project now. They want it to be good, and then they'll deal with those problems that people are worried about, the inflation. And so I'm like, okay, cool. They'll deal with that then. So there's nothing really that I want to at all suggest. And remember, it's not financial advice. It's just an opinion. Cheer up, comrades. Here to that. Appreciate it, Alex D. We need some love. That is the ending of my last video, and I think I should give you guys that too. Don't subscribe and like to anyone's channels or anything, or mine. It's appreciated though. Go out there and go chat with someone on Twitter, make them feel good, help someone out who's lost some coins, bring some joy if possible. And I know that's a hard word to use right now, but also bring positivity in whatever way you can, or solutions in whatever way you can. Go help someone in the space who's been hit harder than yourself if you're in that case. And if you're one of those, then reach out to us. We're trying to help everyone who can be here, because F the man. I love crypto. It's dope. I'm getting stuck way at the back again. Okay, when you see crypto bottom for now, BTC bottom for now, we got a while to go. I think I think let's chill out on BTC, chill out on the markets for a minute. Things have got wild. We need to see sideways for a month or two. Wait for a month or two with it going sideways. It's always going to do its wiggle, but wait for it a month or two. And actually, real quick question: how's the stream look? Again, this is the first one I've done on this platform. Is Luna dead forever, and will it reach over $3, $4, $5 again? Again, I don't know. I've said that it's time will tell. So unfortunately, if you are in it and you're in it deep, if the losses you would take in pulling out aren't enough to move the needle, then just wait it out and see what happens. Is Luna going to be a rug pull? No, it's not a rug pull. I don't think that's an opinion, not financial advice. Is it going to be turned back to its all-time high? Very difficult, and it may never happen. To be honest, very difficult and may never happen. I think it will be years before it ever gets back there. Someone mentioned earlier on in the stream, probably like 4, 5 years. And I think that it will be the cause of being dragged up by the bull run, would be the only real reason to really pull it up. What's your opinion of Gala? I love Gala. I'm a big fan of Gala. I'm not a big fan of them being more centralized themselves, so they don't really put out a lot of information. They're pretty friendly on the Discords about putting out stuff, but they obviously don't let us know about the tokenomics. So they're a company. The way I look at them is they're a company. They're not there, and they didn't really need our money. That was the other thing, is like a lot of these DeFi, they get in and they need money. They don't need our money. They had enough money because the founders knew connections and were part of Zygna. If you know what that is, that's a multi-billion-dollar gaming company platform, iOS gaming platform or mobile gaming platform. They know what they're doing. Gala's dope. And I even got it. I wanted to get a node, and I wish someone would have told me about the nodes. What are you guys doing? Not spilling the beans on the nodes earlier. I didn't know about them for a long time. And then I got into a music node, so I'm waiting for that to kick in. Let's see what happens. Ethereum Prism, I guess. Luna, 10 cents, then recovery. That time UST recovered too. I'm with you on that. I think we need to see that dollar peg closer to. And I said that earlier in the stream. We need to see the peg closer to the dollar. And once that starts to chill and starts to level out in that place, Luna can start to recover. People can buy in, and anyone buying in will actually have more weight than before. But at this point, there's not much volume to mess with. So I'm really hoping that whatever caused it can't cause it again. So again, if it was a malicious attack, it's not going to, because where's the liquidity? It's in UST. And here's the other thing is what we're waiting for. There's still, so this is something I do need to point out to anyone who's still in the stream. Anchor Protocol, boom. There's still, it says 2.6. I think last time I was there, is it really that? It's another tip, guys. Always go to links through known resources if you don't already. Don't ever Google that stuff. So they say 3.4. So you always got to take what DeFi Llama's got with a grain of salt. I'd probably be inclined to look at this one. 3.4 billion in assets locked up. And a lot of people have said it's because of there's a staking period, 21 days somewhere in here. Correct me if I'm wrong on all that stuff, but there's a lot of money sitting there waiting to come out, and it might stagger out, but it also there might be some periods where there's like chunks coming out at a time, and that could be shitty. So I'm hoping that this peg gets, vámonos, let's go. I've lost it all and come back up. All my savings, that was 2019. Stream looks all right. Thank you for that. And I'm sad to say that you lost it all, but you can always make it back. Yes, this is the thing, right? Easy come, easy go, especially in crypto. And if anything, I would point to anybody, wait for another halving cycle. You'll make it all back. 400% gains. Even if Bitcoin halves what it did last time, that's a 200% gain. So, you want to get what? You got nothing and you're waiting for the beginning? Leverage your shit. Throw as much as you can at it. Credit cards full. A few months before the halving. See what happens. Not financial advice. Do not do that. My wife told me to stop buying Luna. I said never. Well, at least your wife's supportive about you at all being in crypto. I know a lot of people don't even talk to their wives or spouses about being in crypto at all because they don't want to hear anything about it. And most people usually get scared about it, honestly. I'm trying to avoid that I told you so moment. Nobody wants to hear that. Look at Luna. Oh, yeah, sorry. Or were you saying look at Luna? Or was it because I had CRO up? What did I go to before? It was like some random stuff. This is not. Where was my previous good Luna? Let's try that one. There we go. There's one with a little more action on it. Sorry, I tuned out for a second there. Yeah, it's getting a little late for me and my babiness. 45 cents. Yeah, that's the right amount. I'm just trying to say this is not the end of the world. 100%. Hands down, it is not the end of the world. Don't get too down about it, guys. Anyone out there who is hurting and feeling it, it's gonna you can make it money and back, and it's just money at the end of the day. If you're gonna be down about something, be down about something like going to work. No, I'm just playing. I'm trying to be humorous here. It's not the end of the world. It'll come back, and that's the thing with crypto. That's one of the reasons I think a lot of us are in it, right? Is because it will come back. And it doesn't mean it's Luna. but something will. The volatility is just too much there not to be able to capitalize on. And this might be the opportunity for you to start exploring new options on how to make money in the crypto space. And whatever options you were doing before, if you were in Luna and you were looping, then you probably don't want to do that again. Maybe you want to look at some other things. I think once we start opening the door to derivatives, we may see other opportunities out there. I know a lot of people love options trading, so there might be options out there, pun intended. Yeah. At this point, I don't have much else to say about Luna, you know? I mean, it is what it is. And let me look real quick, so bear with me, guys. I just want to look at this one so I can toggle between the two real quick. Still going sideways. That's not what I want to see at all. And I'm terrified of going to sleep. Jesus. So dumb. It's like one of those. You know what I mean? It's like that's where we're at again. Is like one of these. Oh, here we go. Cool. Unless USDN and waves crash too, might be the biggest crash year and yet. Yeah, in crypto, yeah. I know a lot of people were calling for this to be one of those memorying days. I think this is going to happen at the end of every halving cycle. But this is definitely a big one. This is a big one. An entire network that a lot of people, again, yo, guys, I don't even, like, can we comprehend? Where am I? There. I guess I didn't know I could drag it over that much. 30 billion down to about 4 billion in the matter of a couple days. What are you talking about? Where'd that money go? Some people's pockets, some people's pockets. And some of it's being burned away. To learn about a unique twist on a stablecoin, see above link. It goes over my head. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Did you leave a link in there? This bot probably has links like, I don't know. I haven't played with this platform yet, so I don't really know what's happening. Twist on a stablecoin. See ya. They're saying USDN Waves has a similar vulnerability as Luna and UST. Anything that's at all similar to this is going to be under the microscope and is going to be fudded. And if you're involved in anything that's like this, you probably want to protect yourself as best you can, honestly, at this point. So I wouldn't, again, I was trying to be entirely out of the market, and I would say anyone should be close to just chilling out. All I know is the FEG ecosystem is really advanced for a sub-penny ecosystem, and C. West Spencer's detail AMA in the past 48 hours. The FEG ecosystem. I don't know, I'll have to check it out. Let's see, what is the FEG ecosystem? Is this some like nonsense right now? Are you sending me some nonsense? What's FEG? I've never, the Fedora? Is this what we're talking about? Yeah, I think a lot of people are terrified about going to sleep right now. Oof, what's this? Is this the waves? No, I think it's the wrong one, right? Do Kwon's next right now. Yeah, I've been wondering about that, honestly. I don't know. It's really interesting because I imagine they were probably giving a hard time before, to be honest. And I think that where they would probably be with it now is, see, I told you so. And this is why we need CBDCs. And you guys got to shut down, or you got to get KYC, or you got to figure out some way to get that implemented. I don't know what their trip is. I do remember someone mentioning about Do Kwon. He was just saying if it got to that point, he would just walk away and just be like, deal with it. You guys, you know what I mean? Like it's something to do with like, now that it's decentralized, like I have nothing to do with it, and just kind of wipe his hands of the whole thing, shut down the guard and call it a day. So that it was also that kind of news that made me like bullish on the whole thing. So I don't know. I think there's going to be some ramifications from this, and I think we should all pay attention. But what I will say with this is that this is probably my cue to probably move on for the evening, because I'm definitely getting a little droopy. I'm sure you guys can tell, and it's just sad times. I gotta go set up some sell points here. What I would say, leaving everybody with, is the fact that I think there's going to be ramifications. We're going to see a lot of information about regulations probably coming out. They're going to probably try and tie it to this. They're going to be trying to leverage onto this. And I think as a community, if we are serious about stuff like Wall Street bets, and maybe rallying a little bit to go attack whoever maybe did this, bringing more awareness, bring full force and get the community together and get everyone back in together and helping to bring it back. Even though we're in the downside of the market, it's going to be hard. It might still be something to do inside of it to keep our spirits up. And we should probably work towards that, because the last thing we want is full regulation, clamp down, SEC force everywhere, and yeah, the U.S. government in charge of our money again, because they're really not doing a great job with it, to be honest. So again, inflation's at 8%, so they say. I bet it's probably closer to 13 or 14. So yeah, I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it. So if you know anybody who's been affected by this, and you come across any lunatics or anyone with Luna or UST in that place, give them well wishes, positivity to the space. If there's anything positive you can do out there for those people who've been hit hardest, then you should definitely reach out and try and help out whatever way you can. And my prayers and well wishes are with you. Stay strong, stay safe, do what you can. Anyone underwater, go see if you can find a scuba outfit. I'm sure they're selling them cheap. All right, guys, thanks for checking it out. If you appreciated the content, stick around, and I'll make some more videos on another day. And see you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.